Among the Padma Awardees who were honoured yesterday at Rashtrapati Bhavan was Karnataka's Bidri artist Rasheed Ahmed Quadri. What caught everyone's attention though was the interaction between the 68-year-old and Prime Minister Modi. In a heartfelt moment, he held the Prime Minister's hand and spoke of how he tried to get a Padma for a decade under the Congress, but to no avail. But when the BJP came to power, he lost all hope given the party's image. But it was the Prime Minister who proved him wrong by recognizing his talent and bestowing upon him the honour.
में 5 साल तक अपने तरफ नहीं हुआ। इसके बाद वो खामोश बैठ गया कि बीजेपी गवर्नमेंट कही है हमको नहीं देती। मगर आप मेरा ख्याल गलत साबित करके मेरे को चुने, उसके लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
Well, soon after, the Congress smirked at the award and the interaction, calling it a scripted speech with the Karnataka election in sight. Some even said that Quadri is only parroting what the BJP has tutored him in. Listen in to a few of his criticisms.
सरकार ने उनको अवार्ड दिया है, लेकिन कादरी साहब ने मोदी जी को बहुत बड़ा अवार्ड दे दिया है, जिसकी चर्चा उन्होंने अपने ट्वीट के जरिए से की है। अब ये तो ट्वीट जो है सारी दुनिया में चलाया जाएगा और बताया जाएगा कि मोदी जी कैसे हैं। ये पब्लिसिटी स्टंट है, उसके अलावा कुछ भी नहीं है।
Nothing wrong in that one. Nothing special the BJP has done, because everything has been scrutinized. There will be a committee, and they'll take on a decision.
One Padma Award will give any credit nor will be insulted. It is only after effects of after receiving the Padma Award he is making this statement. You should have made it earlier. It's all. What was they say? They should comment on the harassment for the minorities. The in and out, the lynchings are taking place. They speak on all kinds of things against minority, and now they want to gain sympathy. This is all crocodile tears.
Well, the Congress says that this is only lip service by the BJP. They are the real people who are taking care of the minorities, who respect the minorities. Let's take a look at what the statistics actually tell us. Here's the reality. Since their inception in 1954, the highest number of Padma Awards to Muslims were given in 2020 and 2021. Let's take each Padma Award one by one to show you who gave how many. For example, among Padma Vibhushan, Muslims fared the worst during the PV Narasimha Rao government and the Janata Dal government. In recent times, in fact, it is the Modi government, if you look here, between 2015 and 2019, and then subsequently in 2020-21, that 10.64% of the Padma Vibhushan awardees were actually Muslims. The total, and this is data until 2021, the Modi government gave 5 Muslims the Padma Vibhushan in 7 years, and before that it was just the Rajiv Gandhi government where 13.33% of the Padma Vibhushan awardees were Muslims. Now let's come to the Padma Bhushan. As far as the Padma Bhushan is concerned, a total of 1,281 people were given the Padma Bhushan till 2021. Of these, 95 were Muslims. In 2020-2021, 4 Muslims were given the Padma Bhushan, which is 15.38%. This is the highest so far. 2020-2021, under the Modi government, the highest number of Muslims have been given the Padma Bhushan. What then is this entire spiel about only lip service? Similarly, now let's talk about the Padma Shri. As far as the Padma Shri is concerned, Muslims' representation had dipped below 5% in just the first 7 years of the Modi government, though 8.64% of the people who got the Padma Shri were actually Muslims. Take a look at how low the representation went to in the 90s. In their first few years, you see 2015 to 2019, then 2020, 2021, that number has steadily increased. The intent is clear: greater participation, greater recognition, irrespective of religion, to those who are truly deserving. But these statistics are a slap in the face of those who speak of the Modi government marginalizing Muslims. If today they want to brand these awards as time for elections and the gratitude of people like Mr. Quadri is dismissed as a tutored speech, it simply shows the intellectual bankruptcy of the people making those statements, doesn't it?
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 2 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Sanju Verma, National Spokesperson of BJP, continues with us. We are joined by Firoz Bhakt Ahmed, former Vice Chancellor of the Maulana Azad University, Vivek Srivastava, political analyst, Mohammad Adil Hassan, AIMI and Youth President and Advocate. My first question is to Advocate Sanket Yenagi. How is it that actually some of the least awards to Muslims, whether it be Padma Bhushan, Padma Shri, Padma Vibhushan, have been given when the Congress was in government? Mr. Yenagi.
Firstly, I would not be answering the political questions. Let us come into the other aspects of the matter. Firstly, there are two important aspects which need to be looked into. An award to a person belonging to a particular community itself will not decide the concern of the government towards that entire community. It could be an award to an individual, not to the entire community. If you can look into the circumstances of the BJP's rule or the Mr. Modi's rule since 2000 to 2022 as a Chief Minister and as much as the Prime Minister, how Muslims or the minority have been treated in India.
Mr. Yenagi, you know, we've got plenty of data on that, and that is a separate debate. I want you to focus, sir, on the simple thing that Quadri Saab said. He said, given the Congress's image or what they profess as their image, I thought I would get the Padma Award. In those 10 years, why didn't he get the Padma Award? He's 68 years old. He's in the evening of his life. Why didn't the Congress give him a Padma Award?
Let me directly come to your point, because you are not allowing me to go to the other
direction. It is about the Padma Award. Plain and simple. What stopped the Congress from giving him a Padma?
Yes. There would be a committee. India is 125 plus crores people, out of which around 5% are the achievers. And all achievers in the sense 5% in the sense that is around more than 5 to 8 crores. All 5 to 8 crore people will not be accommodated in every year. There would be a committee. Committee would scrutinize based on the seniority, based on their achievement, based on their performance. Based
you're saying that sundry film stars have got more achievement under their belt than a man who has been popularizing local crafts for 40 years.
You are not allowing me to answer the question. That is unfortunate. But let me come to the point again. I would say everyone will not be happy, because those who have been sidelined in a particular committee or a particular year, there would be dissenting voices. And that's because there is a dissent, that's because there is a complaint. Now Ravina Tandon has been awarded Padma Shri or Padma Vibhushan, whatever the case may be. But there are actors who have done much more better, and they do complain. Does it mean that they have been sidelined and they have been pushed to the corner? No, though. There is a procedure.
You are changing
Everyone
the
would be
goalpost.
accommodated.
I have just shown you statistics that Muslims have got... Okay, hold on a second. You know, let me make you an apples and apples comparison and bring in Firoz Bhakt Ahmed. Every time there is ticket distribution for elections, it is said, in terms of representation and giving tickets, Muslims are absent in the BJP's list. So similarly, the BJP is anti-Muslim. So similarly, if the BJP's representation of Muslims in Padma Awards is at an all-time high, then one should say that the BJP is the biggest himayati of Muslims than Firoz Bhakt Ahmed. Is that an apple-to-apple comparison?
All right. Padmaja, first of all, congratulations to you, because your name bears the word Padma and you are giving all these statistics. Anyway, now coming to some serious stuff. I heard my friend Sanket, who actually did not focus the answer that you were asking, and rightly, you know, you have said that, well, people change goalposts when the answer is not there. Let me tell you one thing. I was just listening, you know, in your program only, one spokesperson of Congress, Mr. Meem Afzal, what he said, oh, you know, this award, more than doing anything to Mr. Shah Rasheed Quadri, it has done a lot of good to Modi ji. Yes, it should do, because he is doing something good, absolutely good. And let me tell you one thing, not only this award, I'll just tell you a very small incident. When he came to the power in 2014, some kite makers, they went to, most of them, 90-95% of them were Muslims, some Hindus also, non-Muslims. They went to Modi ji that we are facing problems. Modi ji gave them 50 crores of rupees. So most of these kite makers, Muslims, they benefited. Modi never said that I have helped Muslims, right? He empowers people without, any vote bank politics. And he never said that I have given this award to these kite makers, because he never appeases, right? Appeasement is not the right thing. Empowerment is the right thing. And let me tell you one thing. Congratulations to Modi ji and this Sarkar, that in the pious and prestigious month of Ramzan, holy month of Ramzan, Rashid Saab got this award. And this also, focuses, in fact, it fixes a stamp on the nara of Modi ji, that slogan, Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas, Sabka Prayas, and rightly so. And lastly, Padmaja ji, give me 5 more seconds. Whatever Sanket ji was saying, and someone else will also say, I am reminded of this Shaire he said about India, कुछ बात है कि मिट्टी नहीं हस्ती हमारी, सदियों रहा है दुश्मन दौरे जहां हमारा. So people who speak like my friend Sanket, they are actually the dushman of our country. They should not speak that kind of language. They should congratulate this Quadri Sahab. They should also, in fact, appreciate Modi ji that he has done a good thing. And nothing of that, just a minute, nothing of tutoring him that he should appreciate Modi. He is a man who calls a spade, and he said, whatever I have spoken my gut feeling through my heart. I have not been tutored, no parroting or anything of that kind.
You know, the funny thing is, Vivek Srivastava, that some people are even linking it to the Karnataka election. I mean, what is the logic of that? What is the election connection, Mr. Srivastava?
See, it's a big gimmick. It's a big gimmick by the Modi government. Okay, you make a big danka about Hindu Rashtra. Do not give electoral tickets in UP and Bihar to a single. UP mein not a single Muslim was given a ticket in the Lok Sabha. You talk of CAA, NRC. Every day there is a jaloos some way or the other. Every day you have bulldozers, and suddenly you give one fellow a Padma Award and say, look,
what is the election connection? Can we stick to the topic?
And Rashid Quadri.
What is the election connection?
Rashid Quadri, I mean, if he is measuring his work, yeah, I mean, the connection is you are trying to simply show that, look, I mean, you are trying to, I mean, in fact, this is appeasement politics that Modi is trying.
Okay, is this appeasement politics? Because 106 people were given the Padma Shri, among them also, by the way, Mr. Quadri is not the only Muslim, Vivek Srivastava, who has been given the Padma Shri or the Padma Award. There is Shri Ghulam Mohammad Zaz. He is from Jammu and Kashmir.
Mr. Quadri doesn't respect his own work.
Mr. Zaz is from Jammu and Kashmir. Then among the Padma Bhushan awardees is Shri Zakir Hussain. He is from Maharashtra. Are you saying then there are elections going to happen in Jammu and Kashmir and Maharashtra also?
Yeah.
कि जाकिर हुसैन साहब को पद्म विभूषण दे दिया महाराष्ट्र से, जाज साहब को जम्मू कश्मीर से पद्मश्री दे दिया.
You don't want to empower. जी सुनिए, आप मुसलमानों को एम्पावर नहीं करना चाहते हैं, सिर्फ कॉस्मेटिक मेजर्स इज व्हाट यू वांट टू डू एंड शो द वर्ल्ड दैट लुक वी आर वेरी जनरस. एंड मिस्टर Quadri should be ashamed if he is measuring his work in terms of awards. If Congress doesn't give the award, it is bad. If BJP gives the award, it is good.
In fact, they have been, they have been given a begging bowl of reservations, which is never given to them because reservations are always religious. आप ये बात भी तो सुनिए ना.
Okay, hold on a second, please. Can we have one by one? One by one. Mr. Ahmed, just a second. Just have Mr. Firoz Bhakt Ahmed respond to you and then I'll bring in Sanju Verma. Yes.
ऐसा है Srivastava ji, you talked about so many things. Let me tell you one thing. Muslims have not been maltreated by Modi Sarkar or BJP for the last 8-9 years. The way they have been maltreated and treated as vote bank people, from one place to the other. So, one commission to other commission. So, Muslims have been very, very badly treated by the 60-70 years of Congress. And there are Sri Krishna Commission, this committee, that committee.
Let's not even go into the history because we've got ample number of massacres, of riots where Muslims have died, and it's happened under the patronage and on the watch of these so-called secular parties. We are talking
in the phase of Congress.
Exactly. So we are talking simply, there is an excellent book called Riot After Riot, which was written by ex-Congress MP and now BJP leader MJ Akbar. Everyone must read that also. But let me bring in Sanju Verma. Now, election in sight, and suddenly all of your awards are tailored to that. Sanju.
Okay, I'm coming into this debate after quite a bit and I don't wish to be heckled. first and foremost, let me be very clear that the people who are giving bhashan today to the BJP, that how Muslims are being ignored and maltreated under the Modi dispensation. Let me just tell your audience, including the likes of Vivek Srivastava, that in the first term of Narendra Modi, 3.9 crore minority young men and women, including Muslims, were given scholarships, and that number has touched more than 5 crore as we head into 2024. That means in the last 10 years of Narendra Modi dispensation, more than 13 to 14 crore odd minority children, including Muslims, would have received scholarships. Please, Mr. Srivastava, I did not heckle you. Let me finish.
Okay, can we please talk about the awards? We have been over these figures many times. Let's talk about the awards.
Let's talk of the Padma Awards.
Yes.
Yeah, so please, Padmaja, I'm coming to the Padma Awards because the other side rambled on about others. So it's only fair that I rebut.
Yes,
now,
please come to the Padma
Awards. Let me speak of the Padma Awards. You say that Rasheed Ahmed Quadri was given the Padma Award with an eye on the Karnataka polls, which are just a few weeks from now. So tell me one thing. We gave an award to a toy maker from Kanpur called Arvind Gupta some years back. He makes toys from garbage waste. We gave Padma Award to Sittava Jodatti from Karnataka. She turned into a Devdasi at the age of 7 and has been working for the welfare of Devdasis. We gave Padma Award to Bhajju Shyam from Madhya Pradesh for popularizing tribal art. We gave a Padma Award to Lakshmi Kutti from Kerala for popularizing herbal medicines. So आप क्या कहना चाहते हो that Kerala is going into polls, Madhya Pradesh is going into polls, Kanpur यानी उत्तर प्रदेश is going into polls? We have always given Padma Awards to the poor, the marginalized, who have contributed in a distinguished manner, because the Padma Awards is all about contributing in a distinguished manner in your particular domain. हम वो कांग्रेसियों की तरह नहीं है, where Priyanka Gandhi Vadra promised a Padma Award to the much tainted and maligned Rana Kapoor and told him हमको 2 करोड़ दे दीजिए, पेंटिंग ले लीजिए और आपको पद्मा अवार्ड मिल जाएगा. आपने तो वो पद्मा अवार्ड भी उसको नहीं दिया. That is a different matter altogether.
You know, मोहम्मद आदिल हसन, the funny thing is that जो लोग कह रहे हैं कि इस साल कर्नाटका के इलेक्शंस होने वाले हैं, शायद उनको सिर्फ पिछले साल की लिस्ट उठा के पढ़ लेनी चाहिए थी. इस बार से ज्यादा लोगों को पिछली बार कर्नाटका से पद्मश्री मिला था. आपको उनके नाम बता देती हूं. श्री सुबन्ना अयप्पन, उनके साथ साथ उनको मिला था साइंस एंड इंजीनियरिंग के लिए पद्मश्री. श्री अमाई महालिंगा नायक एग्रीकल्चर के लिए. ग्रास रूट्स इनोवेशन के लिए श्री अब्दुल खादर नादाकट्टिन, जो कि कर्नाटका से हैं और मुसलमान भी हैं. उनको पिछले साल मिला था, इस साल नहीं मिला था. और उसके अलावा चौथा अवार्ड भी मिला था कर्नाटका से, और वो आर्ट के लिए मिला था, और वो दिया गया था जयंत कुमार मगनलाल व्यास. ये सारे लोग हैं. 4 अवार्ड्स मिले हैं 2022 में. इलेक्शन का क्या कनेक्शन है?
मैम, ये पूरा दुनिया जानती है और देश की जनता भी जानती है कि मोदी जी पानी भी पीते हैं तो उसमें भी कुछ ना कुछ मतलब छुपा रहता है. आप पूछिए मोदी जी से, जो 4% रिजर्वेशन अभी स्क्रैप कर दिया कर्नाटका में, आखिर वो किस मुसलमानों से दुश्मनी निकाल रहे हैं?
सर, मैं तो आपसे सिंपल सवाल पूछ रही हूँ. आप ही का लॉजिक लेकर के आपसे सवाल पूछ रही हूँ कि अगर कर्नाटका के इलेक्शन की वजह से इन साहब को पद्मश्री दिया गया है, तो पिछले साल 4 लोगों को क्यों दिया पद्मश्री कर्नाटका से?
सुनिए मेरे छोटे भाई, बात सुनिए. देखिए, ये सरकार पिछले 8.5 साल से हर दिन इसने कुछ ना कुछ अच्छा काम किया है, और इलेक्शंस भी कहीं ना कहीं छोटे से बड़े होते रहते हैं. इसका मतलब ये नहीं है ये सरकार कोई अच्छा काम हिंदू मुस्लिम सिख ईसाई जीव किसी के लिए कर रही है तो ये इलेक्शन के लिए कर रही है. इस सरकार का जो नस्बुलैन है, सरकार का जो फोकस है,
ओके, नो पर्सनल. चलिए आदिल साहब अपनी बात कहिए, बट नथिंग पर्सनल प्लीज, नॉट अबाउट दरबारीज. गो ऑन.
तो क्यों पर्सनल, तो बीच में क्यों बोल रहे हैं?
अच्छा, एक मिनट टाइम सर, प्लीज लेट हिम स्पीक.
तहजीब समझे, बीच में क्यों पूछिए कि मौलाना आजाद का स्कॉलरशिप क्यों रुका?
के दरबारी हैं.
ओके सर, 1 at a time, प्लीज लेट हिम हैव इट.
राहुल मियां के नाम, हम मोदी जी से भी और राहुल जी से भी आंख से आंख मिला के बात करते हैं फिरोज साहब. आप लोग की तरह दरबारी नहीं है, हक की आवाज एमआईएम बोलती है। मुझे वाइस चांसलर नहीं बनना है, बतलाइए कि मौलाना आजाद का स्कॉलरशिप क्यों कम हुआ, मोमा का 40% क्यों आपका बजट कम हुआ, बतलाइए। एएमयू किशनगंज को 9 साल में 1 रुपया नहीं दिए, बतलाइए। एक एमएलए, एक मिनिस्टर नहीं है, एक एमपी नहीं है। किस सबका साथ सबका साथ की बात करते हैं?
सर इलेक्शन की बात
जुनैद नसीर क्या राजस्थान जाएंगे क्या?
ओके गो ऑन।
जुनैद नसीर क्या जाएंगे क्या?
मिस्टर आदिल हसन
माइनॉरिटी बजट बढ़ाएंगे क्या?
ओके होल्ड ऑन आदिल साहब इलेक्शन से जोड़ना सिर्फ इसके इंपॉर्टेंस को कम करना है, छोटा करना है,
ये नहीं कम करना है। मोदी जी आसाम जाते हैं तो बोलते हैं मुझे चाय पत्ती से रिश्ता है, बिहार आते हैं तो बोलते हैं लिट्टी चोखा से रिश्ता है, गुजरात जाते हैं तो ढोकला से रिश्ता है, महाराष्ट्र जाते हैं तो वड़ा पाव से रिश्ता है। ये तो मोदी जी का पूरी दुनिया जानती है। सीमांचल आएंगे तो बोलेंगे कि सीमांचल आएंगे, कटिहार किशनगंज तो बोलेंगे वहां के बाढ़ से मेरा रिश्ता है।
एक शेर सुन लीजिए,
आप बतलाइए कि
क्यों करते हैं मोदी जी, क्यों हिंदुस्तान में ऐसा होता है? सुन लो सुनिए, भारत पे मेरे सुनो देखिए, आप भी सुनिए, उर्दू का बड़ा अच्छा शेर है, आपको अच्छा लगेगा। आदिल भाई सुनिए, शेर यह है, भारत पे मेरे रहमते परवरदिगार है, कृपा श्री राम की है, का प्यार है, लास्ट लाइन वजीर आजम भी मेरा जनता का यार है। अब बताइए इसमें क्या बुराई आपको लगती है? वजीर आजम अच्छा काम कर रहा है, चाहे केरल में करे, चाहे कर्नाटका में करे, यूपी में करे, काम तो कर रहा है ना।
You know,
8.5 साल हर दिन
you know, to make all of these linkages, to politicize these awards is simply to try and discount the fact that one look at this list and you will get to know that there are people who would have never imagined stepping inside Rashtrapati Bhavan who are finally getting their due. And you only need to understand the importance and the evolution of these awards when you hear the kind of responses, not just from Quadri Saab today, but also from an activist who works with tribes in Gujarat, who put her hands on the Prime Minister and said, I never imagined this would happen to me. That is how these awards have evolved, and that's how the People's Award should be. Thanks very much, all gentlemen. Sanju Verma for joining me.